good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Excuse me. It's been a while. It's been a while. We are the Man United agenda. I am Real Says Football, and yes, it is the aftermath. Obviously, a few days out from the Manchester United victory at home to Newcastle. I'm joined by the foursome, the absolute foursome. Yaba, how are you, kind sir? How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Happy festive season to all of you guys. And big up to everyone in the crew, the Man United Agenda crew, especially the match going crew guys, including Rio and Column as well. I hear Column's going to the next game. So, yeah, don't say we are fake fans. Even though we're from the south or a bit south, we still go to games, apart from me and Mr. B.
So we know. Oh, bless. Mr. B, Mr. B, Mr. B. How are we?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to hear your positive thoughts on the game and your positive thoughts moving forward. I'm glad I've got Colin here to keep you two positivity twins in check. So I'm looking forward to this one, Rio. Looking forward to this one.
Perfect. And then of course, Colin, how are we? How are we?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad. I just want to point out to Yaba that there is two Northerners in this little conversation here. We're not all Southerners. Me and Rio being from the North. But now, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to listen to what Sir Jim Radcliffe has sent you via email. Put on positivity. So let's have a look what's happening here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. No, obviously we will touch on the game. Obviously, you two did the reaction show, Mr. B and Colin. Brilliant watch along them after show. I did watch it. And you were negatives in parts, but majority of it, you were buzzing, it was off the back of a win. I'll give my take on it. Good evening, we deserve better, of course. As always, thank you for joining us. 6 p.m. today. One thing I'd like to put is that little period after Christmas Day going into the new year, I lose track of time. Dates are here, there, and everywhere. It's a madness. Like today's Sunday. I keep forgetting that it's Sunday. I don't know if that's the same with you guys in terms of the days. The time just warps.
Yeah.
I know I'm back at work in 2 days. That's the only thing I have to count down.
That's the way to gauge it. I'm guessing. Steph, good evening. I hope you've had a lovely festive period, as everyone else. But yeah, my take on the game. I won't rabbit on about it, but it was a tough watch. I normally sit in the Stretford end, and to be fair, they always buzzing throughout the game, 90 minutes, constant chanting, this, that, and the other. And I was on the Sir Alex Ferguson stand lower, and it was quiet. The whole stadium as a whole was quiet. It was nervy. The first half in general was lovely, actually. We'll talk about that. But as a whole, the second half, my God, I think I got neck ache the amount of times I was looking at the time to check, and it felt like that. I was literally, I don't know about you guys, but I kept checking the time. 5 minutes. Okay, we're through 5 minutes. We're through 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, like get to the end. But overall, performance-wise, in terms of a collective, as a team, loved it. It's been a while since I've seen a performance like that. The amount of blocks, challenges, players giving themselves handshakes. It felt like, when we had Ten Hag back in situ, and it was all that Delo, Casemiro, chest bumps and all that. It had that kind of a feel to it. Yaba, we've not heard your take on it. Thoughts on the game? Happy, negative?
Yeah, so I'm very happy about the result because under the circumstances, this is what makes it even better. Obviously, I know you said it was a bit flat and you're a bit nervy because you're up against a good side in Newcastle, and they proved once again that they are a quality side. They had the majority of the second half and proved that they could be dominant against us, But we are vulnerable, so you have to put everything's relative, isn't it, to where we are. We're quite vulnerable. The team we put out is vulnerable. I've been saying for weeks now about Evan. Looks a bit vulnerable himself in the defence, but he had an outstanding performance because he had an experienced player alongside him to run the show. You talk about all the attributes that made it good. Last ditch challenges, put your body in, high fives. Martinez is that sort of character, isn't he? And he had a great performance, a bit unsung because obviously the got all the praise, but I think Martinez played magnificent, and obviously he's a leader, and you need someone to follow. So beyond that, looking at this change of shape, I think there's a massive talking point as well. But then players are going back to their natural positions. Luke Shaw at left back. You've got Dalot playing at right back. You've got Dorgu playing at right midfield where he played for Lecce a lot of the time as well. And he looked so comfortable after the manager was stating that he looks like he's lacking confidence playing for Man United. I think it's just him just being on the left-hand side. It's hard to have that push and go, basic skill to take it on and cross the ball. At least from the right, which we're seeing a lot in modern day football, which used to happen a lot in the 50s, inside rights, inside lefts, this sort of thing. Bobby Charlton used to play there. People can cut inside and have more options in that sort of sense. That's why I feel he played well, more comfortable in those positions. It's about familiarity. They're more familiar with the 4-2-3-1 or whatever we played. And I just think initially we started off well. Mason Mount got dropped. We had to put our backs against the wall, show character to come through. So I'm delighted by that. And I just feel every game now, when you look at it relative to what a team we're putting out, we have to reflect and say any result beyond a loss is a good result. And by the way, I wanted to say I have to talk the truth. Bringing on the Fletcher, he did absolutely nothing. He was shook. He didn't demand the ball. He got the ball early on, got munched, and after
Who's this?
Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
I was watching the game and thinking, oh Lord, this isn't a good sign. Your dad's there watching your dad, your mum and dad. You got the ball early on, got munched. After that, you were hiding, in my opinion. Didn't demand the ball, didn't show that sort of confidence, and naturally so because you think. And all he was doing is tracking runners and turning his head. Where am I supposed to be? And they were just running off the balls. The running off the ball was hard and physical, and he was just running out there, pointless. And when he got the ball, he did absolutely nothing. He didn't want the ball. That's a bad sign for me. I hope he comes back from that and starts to maybe it's a realization that this is what senior football is all about, and hopefully he can bounce back from there.
Okay, bang on, and that's your view in it. And I think, and the theme is of in the thumbnail in terms of players, criticism, bouncing back from criticism. Dorgu, prime example of that. He got kind of thrown under the bus. What Amarin's been doing with some players over the last couple of weeks, and he has come out fruition.
Sorry, he was thrown under the bus playing in what position?
What in his position? Left wing back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then he's not getting cussed now because he's changed the position, right? So is that down to the manager then playing him in the wrong position?
No. Because I'm not putting it down to he's shined just because he's moved position. He's shined. He's got a goal and he played very well. We need to see how he performs on that. But he could have caved under that. He could have gone the complete opposite way. He's been put into a position. That's not his favorite position. He's done well in that position, right wing, but that's not his favorite position. He's formerly played in an attacking role. But I don't think that's his actual dominant position where we got him left wing back. That's where he likes to play. But he's come out the criticism. That's the point I'm trying to make, and I'm hoping. And Heaven, a lot of fans were criticizing Heaven a few weeks back. He's done exactly the same, arguably been our best player over the last couple of games. But a lot of it could be to do with the system change and obviously 4-back. Mr. B, we've gone to the 4. Do we dare ever go back to a 3, or are we going straight back to a 3? And another one, if Bruno plays, do we play that 4-back?
Yeah, when Bruno comes back, it all changes. He's already said he's trying to fill a gap. He's trying to fill a void because the almighty Bruno, the all-seeing, all-conquering, all-free-kick taking Bruno, that the team couldn't do without in his press conference. That's all he kept on going on about. That was the part that got to me, to be fair, Rio. The fact that he's not offering the team any confidence. It's one player. You know what I mean? Systems should be able to cope with one player being missing now. The fact that he hasn't gone or didn't go with the 3 is music to my ears. Long may it continue, whether he goes 4-4-2, whether he goes 4-5-1, and it changes in game to whatever it is. Start in 4-4. Start with the 4 at the back in it. Dalot right back, fine, no problem. He's not the best, but he can play there, and that's probably his best position for us at the moment. You know, Dorgu, don't play him on the left. Play him on the right until Ahmad comes back. What I would like, I'll be honest, what I would really, really like is for us to stick with this formation and the players coming back fight for the positions. You know, we're saying, no, he can't drop in Bremo, or we can't drop Cunha, or we can't drop. He can drop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Competition is a bitch. You understand? Then we worry about not having 2 first-team players in each position. Okay, well, you know, midfield is an issue. We'll have to deal with that. But what did he play? What did it look like to you? 4-3-2-1?
4-2, yeah, 4-2-3-1, yeah.
Or
At first, I thought it was a
4-3-2-1.
4-2-2 because Cunha was very advanced, but then he ended up dropping in a little bit more.
Right. So you know, there's variations to it, but what didn't change was the person at the back until he went, you know, like some crackhead at the end, making all of the subs. But look, that is what it is. We got through the game, so there's no point in going back to that sort of negative. That to me, that negative part of the game. I don't want him to go back, but I feel that he will when Bruno comes back. He's going to go back to the 3, and then it's going to be the same. We'll probably get in a position where, you know, we're actually close to top 4 or nailing top 5, and then he's going to go back and commit suicide, and he's going to go back to a 3 again. Because let's be honest, he's in a really shit position for himself. They've been playing not very well in the 3. We've played a couple of games in the 4 where we can see as fans, even Yaba can see, you know, that maybe 3 is not the way to go. You know, 4, he's actually bent a lot to go 4, and it seems to be working. So
we still did get dominated though. We won the game.
Why do you think we got dominated second half?
Players not used to the formation after being put in it for so long. I don't know.
Newcastle
are a good team. Newcastle are a good team.
They are a good team, but they weren't a good team in the first half of the game. Xerxes, I mean, these are players who, you know, we back. You know, I've backed Xerxes quite a lot. You can't back somebody after a performance like that. You know, you either want to stay, you want to go, and that performance proved to me that he wants to go. That's fine. That's no problem. So say you've got a bad back and don't play then, because if you come on the pitch and cost us goals and points, then it makes it even worse. You know, I don't want to hate him, but when players come on the pitch and it actually looks like they don't give a shit.
That was it.
That's what it looked like to me. Fletcher was lost. I think there's a lot of things that he couldn't do or he's never seen. You know, the bright lights he's been thrown on instead of Casemiro. He's got Agate as his partner. Good grief, God bless him. So there was a lot of things that maybe he couldn't get around, but 4.
Yeah. Colin, go on. No, Colin, let me just jump onto the chat quick, and then I'll get your thoughts on that. Guy, you mentioned it there. Steph, Guy was decent as well after a lot of criticism. So I thought Guy went too bad. I'm not saying he's the answer, but I thought for that game, for what it needed, he wasn't bad. He didn't have so much ground to cover. I agree. Just for that singular game, I thought he was okay. Vinny, hello. Good to see you the other day, kind sir. Good to see you. Red Devil Studio, big up. We deserve better. 45 minutes we played without Bruno, especially as Amorim keeps playing him in the 8. Yep, bang on. Real, how your head from Boxing Day, laughing at you. It was sore, Vinny. It was very sore. It is a simple idea. Play players in their best position. Yeah, it's fundamentals, I suppose. Fundamentals. Play people in their best positions, and I think that's what Amorim is starting to realize. You know, he made that comment, didn't he, about 70% of everything he's done so far since he's been in the club. He regrets he would have changed, which good to say that. But 70% is a big number if you wanted to change that much. Fletcher should never have been brought on at 45 minutes. Appalling. Amorim threw him under the bus. So, Colin, on that, again, in terms of Yabez calling out Fletcher, but so was Mr. B didn't like the performance the best. We deserve better as not liking the performance. I know you're a big advocate for youth. Was he kind of left out to dry? Any other thoughts on the 4-back?
Yeah, 100% he was left out to dry, but I don't think we had any other option, to be fair. You can only use what's there, unfortunately, and Fletcher was one of them. He came on previously, looked like he was able to cope. Obviously, the step up from that game to Newcastle was a bit more of a jump than what he and Amram realised, and I think I said it before. There's a case of we don't want to throw him to the wolves, and Amram's done that. He's put him in a game that he wasn't ready for at all. He looked lost in that midfield. Doesn't really contribute anything, and I feel bad for the kid. I honestly do. I mean, I hope it doesn't affect him long term. I hope he bounces back from it. But yeah, my days. If you're going to do that, you need to have. You need to make sure whoever's playing alongside of him has the experience to look after him and guide him through the game. But you've also got to make sure that player is ready himself for this kind of game. And in regards to the back four, Amram cannot go back to a back three. He can't do it. It would be managerial suicide for him to go back to a back three now.
After the game directly, in the tunnel, and you have that post-match interview, he came out and he kind of done it in a joking way, and he said, kind of like, I don't need to do a press conference. Played 4 at the back, no Kobe Mainu, won the game, all boxes ticked. Let's enjoy our Boxing Day. And he kind of just wanted to get it over with, almost to say, yes, I played 4 at the back. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, we played 4 at the back. We won. He don't like it. He don't like it. That's why he tried to sabotage it at the end, bro. I think his mind just kicked into some bookie business, bro. It's like he wanted to throw it away.
I don't know whether he was trying to sabotage it. He was definitely trying something. I don't know what it was. But he has to realise he cannot go back to that now. He can't go back to 3 at the back. We don't have the specialist players to play the system he wants to. So play the system that suit our players. And then if you get the players in that can play the 3 at the back, the 2, whatever going forward, do it then. Transitionals then. But for this season, because of the players you have, play them where they are strong. 4-3-3, where everybody is strong in certain positions. And guess what? We've got a lot to cover then for a lot of places.
Yeah, but thoughts on that? Because I know you've been saying, and everyone said it, I suppose, but yeah, but you've been kind of banging the drum the longest in terms of we set up with a 3, but it's not always a 3. It's not as plain and simple 3-4-3. We end up in a 4-back formation when we attack, and it's a back 5, etc. But the game, it was definitely a 4-back. There's no question about it. Do you feel like he can change it now? He has to go to a 4-back formation off the back of this. What do you think?
Well, when I think about it, I think to myself, he's like the majority of people criticizing him are not qualified to even talk about football with him. This guy, he's played professional football most of his career for top clubs in Portugal. He's played with some great players. He's learned the game. He's got his badges. He's managed Sporting, the 3rd best team in Portugal, to overcome Benfica and Porto and become the dominant team out there. He's qualified. Okay, so for him, it's a bit of undermining him to want to purchase him, say, yeah, you're the man we want. And he said, well, this is what I do. This is what's on my CV. This is how I play. And then to undermine him by saying, chat shows like this and fans and all this kind of thing, saying, go back to a 4 because that's what we know. But he can justify it. And I can see if you sat down and talked to him, if you brought him on the show, he'd be able to justify why he thinks his system would work. It's just the players aren't being able to perform it. That shows you that you're familiar with things. Even I heard you say the other day, Rio, that even our youth team aren't got reverted back to the 3 at the back. I've watched a few youth, and they're still playing 4 at the back. So how are players supposed to get used to this? A lot of continental players, I think, are more intelligent and can.
Yeah, but he hasn't earned the right to change the whole club's football philosophy, Yabba.
Yes, he has. But we signed him.
What are you talking about? How is he? In a year, he's been the shittest managers we've had. He's been one of the worst managers we've had.
We knew he was adamant this is what the system he plays.
So you're
that
saying
earns him the right, but we want him based on the performances and the
so
success he
it
had.
earned the right for the club to get rid of all of the wingers, get rid of all of the fullbacks, train central midfielders as eights, and train wing backs. That's what you're saying for a manager who's proved that the system that he's been playing in the league doesn't work.
Well, what it is for me, as Rio was sort of trying to refer to earlier, is that it's a formation, okay, to have 3 centre backs. But when in different stages of the game, you'll see it's a 4-4-2, it's a 4-2-2-2, it's a 4-3-3. It changes dependent. When he first came to the club, he mentioned this.
4.
So, yeah, but when he first went to the club, when he first came to the club, he said it works when players understand what they're supposed to be doing at different stages of the game, where they're supposed to be. And I don't think we've clicked in that respect and sort of understood that as in general. The most of the players don't understand that. That's why it's taken some time to adapt and learn how to play this way. I don't think I'm with Colin. I agree with Colin. I think it'd be suicide for him to go back because that will give him more criticism now that he's done it. But he's more qualified. That's what I'm saying. He knows that just being stubborn and just being, sticking to his own values, he's going to go back to the 3. And he will explain it by saying the 3 is not a formation. It's not rigid like that. We have to adapt mid-game and adjust things. And you watch the game and screenshot it at certain stages of the game when we're under attack, when we're in a low block, when we're mid-block, different stages of the game. You'll see we will have someone like Ahmad coming playing at right back and someone shifting forward if it's playing down left. So it looks like Ahmad's right back, and then you got
the only difference with that, Yaba, is I get that, and you are bang on with it. But again, when you go to a 4-back, you have then the players in the positions that they need to be in when they have to fall back. So when we're in a 5-back or 3-back, you're saying Ahmad comes back to defend, but then he's the defender on that right side, if that makes sense. Whereas the low, if he's in a 4-back, he's already there, and then he's having Ahmad, or for this scenario, it was Dorgu coming back to help. So we are having an attacker already come back and help the defender that's already there. The frustration with me is, and I said it before, and I don't know if I said it in flipping comment or I said, as soon as he goes to a 4-back formation, sack him. I regret saying that now because I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. But, yeah, I regret saying that now. I don't want him to go.
P45.
Yeah, but it was almost just out of frustration. It's like you're kind of giving up on everything you've stood by for so long to then go back on it now. It was just like out of frustration, really. So I don't know going forward if he can go back to this 4. I don't know. I think
he has to.
Back.
No, he has to keep going with a 4. Let me put this.
Should I give him credit? Should I then be giving him credit for adapting? Am I wrong?
No, you have to give him credit. No, he has. He's adapted to go to a back 4. Let me put this in a different situation. You're all managers. Let me put this in a different situation. You're all managers of a factory. You're all, your factory floor. You've got loads of staff. You've got staff that are proficient on each machine, and you decide, I'm going to swap people about so we can get them training and stuff. And it doesn't work because they don't know how to do it. So what do you do? What do you do?
That's a trap, Colin. The answer is you're right. As a factory worker, you would get people back to their natural positions.
Exactly. We have players that have natural positions: right backs, left backs, centre mid, central defensive midfielders. We have these now. Why are we trying to test them on different places when the factory isn't producing what it should be because of this? We played exactly how we should be. We are 4 at the back, and we performed well. Yes, not for 90 minutes. But we performed very, very well for 45. Because
what if Colin's sick? What if Colin gets injured and he's sick, got a sick note for the next month? Mr. B is going to have to cover your role, isn't he? And then say, I can do it now because we've already switched.
No, I like that analogy.
I won't be as proficient as Cole doing it. So
very good. Colin,
it's a banging analogy. It's a banging analogy, and I get it. Just the frustration is like he hasn't done it for so long, and this is it. I'm glad it's worked. And then you people are, you're saying the negative nonsense. You're saying, oh, I want to like you wanted him gone, but is the door open for him to make change and you'll be like, yeah, thank you, or is it already the ship sailed? Like in that regard, are you happy for him to adapt, Mr. B, Colin?
Yeah, I'm over the moon. I all right. Some people might see it as weakness. My issue, I said, is whether he goes back to the 3. That's all. That is all. Whether he goes back to the 3, because people are saying, no, we bought players who can't play in a 4 or in a 3 central midfield or 2-1. They can, and I think they'll be more adaptable to be playing it now. And as I said, I want competition for places. At the moment, we've got no competition for places, really. So I think if we go back to that formation, especially at the back, we've definitely got competition there. The wide players or the central, depending on what the 3 are, then we've got competition. Bruno then has competition in a position that he wants to be playing in. And it could be just mainly, it could be just I just want to see Kobe playing. That could be the whole bias to it. It's not. I want us to win. First things first, I want us to win. But we've got more chance of winning, I feel, with 4 at the back.
Okay. Chat, get your thoughts on it. Are we happy with the 4 back? Would we be open for him to going back to the 3 back formation? It'd be interesting. 7 likes already. So if you haven't done so already, smash the like button. Highly appreciate it. As always, it's that festive period. It will help support the channel. And if you've not subscribed, subscribe. We're almost there. We are almost there at is it 4K?
4K.
Yeah, we're 5 away from 4K.
5 away, 5 subs away. So we don't normally ask for the subs, but we're almost there. Yabba.
Quick point. So we go back to a 4, yeah? Okay.
Maybe.
In order. So that means we've been playing 3 centre backs. We've set up to have 3 centre backs in order out of Maguire, De Ligt, Euro, Heaven, and Martinez. What would be your order in the best player?
The 2 centre backs.
The 2 centre
Two
backs.
centre backs, yeah?
Yeah.
Martinez and De Ligt.
Not rocket science. You should know. You should
Martinez and De Ligt.
Put them in order of ability. Who would be the top players there? You got 5. Got Martinez, Maguire,
that would be my first choice 2 centre backs would be De Ligt and Martinez. But my first 2.
Go back to Ajax.
Then cover, I would say would be probably Maguire for De Ligt. I don't know where that puts Heaven in that order because Heaven's not a right back. Dello is probably first choice right back. As much as it would burn me. We'll talk about centre back. Yeah, so I'm saying the 2 centre. So he would be the right-sided centre back, innit? That's what I'm saying. So my order,
in order out the 5 centre backs I've named, put them in order of ability. Like who would be? So you said obviously
I'm not putting Maguire high. Is that what you want me to say to you?
No, I just want to see where Euro is because. From him
to be fair, at the moment, Euro's not playing well. Yeah, but Euro's not playing well.
So as things stand today, put your 5. Just asking all of you. Put your 5.
Okay, I'll give you my 5.
Martinez, De Ligt, Maguire, Heaven, Euro.
Okay.
Mine. This is gonna sound crazy. Heaven, Leacher, Maguire. Sorry, De Ligt, Maguire, Euro.
Colin?
De Ligt, Maguire, Martinez, Heaven, Euro.
So
that's mad how before. Yabba, you go. Sorry, you go.
I think it's a tough one. If we go into 2, it's like Mr. B said, the 2 would be for me Maguire and De Ligt, maybe. But in order of ability in all-round play, I would go Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez, Euro, Heaven.
Maguire ain't number 1, man. And Maguire's not going to be here next year.
Sorry, guys. I know there's not a lot of us in the chat, yeah? Please, if anybody in here agrees with what Yabba's just said, please.
He's our best centre
Yeah. We deserve better's put his in. So we deserve better's gone.
Right. So
Delete Heaven Yarrow. So that's his order for the right centre back, and then Martinez, Shaw, and Maguire. Oh, I forgot about Shaw. If technically, we're not counting Shaw if we're going
Clues in
for
the
two at
question.
the
He's
back.
not centre back, is he? Come on.
Yeah. We're not going Shaw if we've got
So
four at the back.
so basically, if we're playing a back four and there's only 2 available spaces, that means 3 of them I'll just be sitting on the bench.
Can we
He's not going to go to the back 4.
Can we quickly talk about? So obviously, I've got it in my notes here. Can we? Because I've put Aiden Heaven as one, and I feel mad for doing it. Can we just quickly talk about Heaven? Am I completely wrong to put him as one? Am I over egging the pudding a bit?
Yeah, you are, because he's only had 2. He's only played 3 games in a row. One of them he got hooked at halftime. The other 2 he's played well in, but he's seen things. He has them. The other 2 defenders, Delit and Maguire, have forgotten stuff that he hasn't even learnt yet. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's ready. Not at 20, not at 19 and 20. Yeah, learn, play certain games.
The question was ability. Okay, sorry. I am wrong for putting him 1. I think he's got the highest ceiling though. I think
I agree.
Wrong.
Like, we hear a lot of talk about obviously Lenny Yoro and how good he is. I think Heaven's going to surpass Yoro. I really do. I've got a lot of time for Heaven. Ability wise, at the moment, I can't put him up there. 5 years time, yeah, he's probably up there, 100%.
Nobody's agreeing with you.
Yaba, he's the only one.
I agree.
That talk sense. You tell him.
He wants to wind you all up. And he's Anti Herbert, by the
way. Herbert is an Arsenal supporter, yeah.
And he's winding you all up.
I'll just get that out there to you now. Yeah, how you doing, Anthony? I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. And you keep punching, yeah, because you're top at the moment. Once that fall drops off, we'll see how cocky you are in the chat, yeah.
And Steph Leacher has to play in the side, full stop. Yeah, definitely. I think Leacher, chalk and cheese with the Leacher debate. I think he's come straight back in and he's dominant. He wore the captain's armband. He likes that. I think he's tucked it under his belt perfectly. I don't think none of us. Well, actually, do we have any issues with Leacher coming straight back into that team and just being the permanent left back?
No.
Or left centre back?
No.
If he stays fit, no.
Yabba?
Yabba?
The thing is, we're blessed with 3 left-footed centre-backs now with Luke Shaw, Leacher, and Heaven, aren't we? Which is good. It's good for the balance, isn't it? We've always wanted that.
So left-footed centre-back. So you're still quoting it. You're still talking about a 3, right?
Well, yeah. I think my point about the order of centre-backs is we've got so many. We're going to have to play 3 at the back.
No, we don't have to play 3 at the back. We've got who's a youngster.
We played the team that is winning. Yeah, but come on, are you seriously telling me you're going to be upset if we're winning and Heaven and Euro or Maguire don't play because the other 2 centre backs have played? You serious? Competition for places. Maguire's going to be gone soon. Maguire's going to be gone.
And we replace him with another centre back. We have to.
No, yeah, they probably will. I'm not going to dispute the fact that we wouldn't have anybody of his experience bar Dillet. But you're making out like, oh, we've got all these centre backs. They don't have to play. What they have to do is perform like Heaven has done in training to get his start. And then when they start, they play how Heaven does so the manager can't drop them. That's what they do. If the other players are moaning and bitching that they're not playing, it's their fault for not taking the opportunity when the opportunity presented itself, no?
Yeah, my point was, because the question was asked about back 4 and will we continue to play the back 4? If we do that, we're not going to play Yoro at right back like did the other night. He's a centre back. He's going to be playing a centre back. Luke Shaw, if we're going to go back 4, he's probably not going to play as centre back. He's going to play as left back. My point is, with only 2 centre back places available, who are you going to pick out of the 5? Because that's a lot of centre backs to choose from. And I just feel we're built for 3 at the back. The manager's built this. He's brought it in. Our squad has changed to play that more 3 at the back, 3 centre backs. So that's why I'm saying he's going to revert to that because it's more secure that way. We got to where we got to this season playing winning most of our home games and playing pretty well.
Yeah, but do you think we got?
You're jumping on the game when
you
we had our backs against the wall. We go to 2 lines of 4, inners back 4-4-2, whatever we were playing the other night, and you're saying that was a good and that we could just because we held on and won. I'm saying no. We go back, revert back to type 3 centre backs, and then we can adjust like that. That's what the manager's going to do because that's how we set
the
up.
point I'll make about that, sorry, it's just I'll quickly jump in. Kobe Miney. So Amrim has no issue with dropping a player. You know, we've had players that we have available to play. So when it comes to having too many centre backs, he won't have any issue if it means if it's Yarrow, you know, being the one that, you know, doesn't get any minutes going forward. What is he going to say, Colin? Sorry.
I just wanted to ask Gabba what formation Man City play. They play 4 at the back.
Yeah.
They've got 5 central defensive, 5 centre backs.
What would you say? O'Reilly is a centre back.
They have. Let's have a look. John Stones.
John Stones is out injured.
So is Maguire.
So is Maguire. But I'm saying they've got 5 centre backs, and they play 4 at the back.
Arsenal have 100 centre backs.
It's a squad game.
Right, but they play 4 at the back. But you're saying we have to go 3 at the back because we've got 5 centre backs.
How many in last season, especially in the season before, they playing centre backs at fullback? Ake, for example, Kanje.
They've got Nico O'Reilly.
Arsenal do that as well. Arsenal play centre backs at fullback.
And midfielders sometimes as well.
We've got Luke Shaw, Dorgu. Apparently, we've got Malacia, who's come back from the depths of nowhere as well. He's playing for us again. And we've got Ahmad, who can play on the other side. We've got Dallo, who can play on the other side. We've got Mazraoui, who can play on the other side. We've got 3 people that can all play right back and left back.
Jesus, we spoke about defenders. We didn't even talk about Mazraoui.
You know what I mean?
Who's a fullback?
He's a fullback.
Right back. So we've definitely got competition.
Yeah, we've got competition. Yeah. But this is what it should be. We can't rely on a 3 at the back system, relying on kids. They need time to develop. You have more experienced players in the squad to take on this pressure to allow the younger lads to develop, which is why I'd say 2 at the back, because then you've got Maguire, De Ligt, and Martinez are your 3 experienced players, and they will then guide and hopefully nurture the likes of Yoro and Heaven. We can't do 3 at the back and just go, here you go, we'll just throw you in there as well. Yeah, I mean,
okay. Let's quickly go through it because we'll move on from the formation talk. But let's quickly go through it in terms of Wolves. Obviously, we got the preview at some point this week, tomorrow. But in terms of formation, quickly against Wolves, Yaba, do we play 4 back or do we go back to type and play the 3 back?
100% we play 3 at the back.
Column
4.
Mr. B 4. I think he goes back to the 3.
See, and that's why you 2 at the top.
No, that's not
positivity twins. You lot just I don't
I want to see no. It's what I think he's gonna do. I want him to play the 4, but I think he will play the 3.
Right, so you want him to play the 4?
Yeah, I want him to play
the 4. Okay, then that's cool. That's fine. Yeah. I don't care what you think he's gonna do. I want to know what you
I want 4. I've always wanted 4, but because he's come in, I'm not. As Yaba goes to the very beginning, we're not the qualified ones. He got brought in. We just have to deal with what we can see, you know. But I saw the 4 and I've had a taste of it and I want more.
Right. So we played 4 the other day, yeah? Were there 3 centre backs in that 4?
No,
Luke Shaw.
You're going to count Luke Shaw?
No, you can't count Luke Shaw.
Let me finish my point. Let me make my claim and you can, rebuttal it if you want to. Luke Shaw in that back 4, we had Luke Shaw left back, we had Dallo right back, okay, and then we had Luke Shaw, Martinez, and Heaven. So are you telling me at some points during the game, those 3, Luke Shaw didn't shuffle over when the ball's on the right hand side, didn't shuffle over and cover a centre back position?
Yeah, that's fine, but that's not where he started.
Right. That's all I'm saying. So
that's not where he started.
My point is,
where's Luke Shaw on the centre back list that you made us do? Where's Luke Shaw on the centre back list you made us do? You didn't class him as a centre back, so you can't class him as a centre back now. No,
I didn't class him as centre back when we played 4 at the back. That's my point.
You can't. But
you said we're going to play 4 at the back and we'll be suicide.
And he's going to be a left back.
That's why I said, all right, let's look at how limited we are, because that means look at 5 centre backs that we have, centre backs. Luke Shaw is officially a fullback. He can play centre back, a bit like Maz can do that
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
so that's my point. When you're going to play in a 4 with only 2, I wouldn't put Luke Shaw in that list.
You wouldn't
Even
put him
though
as a centre back.
Even though
put him as a fullback.
it would be
That's correct. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
exactly.
left back
So
position.
what's the argument then? If you're not going to say he's a centre back, what's the argument actually? Because he'll just go to play at left back, where he usually plays, and he has performed at his best. So that still says 4 at the back.
No, I think you're missing the point. Do you want me to make the claim again?
Go on.
I
Say
don't
it again.
understand what
I
you're
don't
saying.
think we've missed the point, but say it again.
I know, because Colin's saying, why shouldn't Luke Shaw be included as a centre back? I'm saying, because if you go back, watch the video from the show, it basically said, we need to go back to a 4. Colin, you said it would be suicide if we went back to a 3. So I'm saying choose. So I thought, hold on a minute, let's look at how many centre backs we have if we go back to a 4. It would be 2 centre backs playing. I mean, 3 would be on the bench. And I didn't even include Luke Shaw, but I think he's our best left back. So in a back 4. So that was my point of saying, forget Luke Shaw as in contention for playing centre back. If we go to a back 4, he's clearly the number 1 left back, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify what I was saying, because I don't want to include Luke
I get
Shaw
what you
in
mean.
the back 4
I
centre
get what
back.
you mean. When we play a back 4, naturally, yes, one of the right backs will be bombing on, and then sometimes you'll have the other left back sided inverting or sitting, and it becomes a 3. But the only big difference with that is that you've already got a proper left back. It's not a left wing back, So the left back that sits in with the 2 centre backs that are already there, the logo is on. Luke Shaw is left with Bleacher and Heaven. Yeah, 3 defenders you left back with. Vice versa. If Luke Shaw bombs on, you're left with Delo, and he'll be left with 2 centre backs, and that should be what it's like.
He's not going to hug the touchline. He's going to come in and shuffle over with the centre backs, tuck in with them.
It depends. It depends on the profile. It depends on if we play with 10s, because then obviously you want your 2 fullbacks to be given the width. And this is the thing. I remember mentioning this a while ago. It's been so long for us to play a 4-back. It's like we forgot what 4-backs look like. But
you're saying you can't play 2 10s. You only play 2 10s in the 3 at the back system. The other day we played 4 at the back. This is my point. When we played 4 at the back, it looked at times that we were playing 3 at the back, because Luke Shaw would shuffle over to tuck in and with the centre backs to keep when the ball's at the right hand side. We couldn't be able to do that with the 3 at the back. We played 4 at the back, but when the ball's played down the right hand side with Dorku pushing forward or whatever, we shuffle over, make the pitch small, and that means we give space, for the diagonal ball, but we tuck in. This is how you do it. It's just natural. You tuck in.
Yeah, but the difference
I'm confused.
And we saw this the other day. We saw this the other day when we were playing, and Dallo had left space, and that's why we had to compress the play to not give them the ball to do a diagonal to get someone in. I forget who we played now. Who did we lose to the other day?
Villa.
Who did we lose to?
Villa.
Yeah, the ball was sprayed out beyond Dallo, and they got behind us and all these kind of things because we weren't shaped up right. But that happened because Dallo didn't hug the touchline. He shuffled over where the play was to compress the play.
See, I'm really confused because you're advocating the back 3 system here.
Thank you. But you're talking like you want a back 4.
No,
this is why I'm getting confused, because you're saying, no, we need to go to a back 3 system, but you're pulling up a back. We used to do this. We used to do this with back 4 anyway, Yabba.
This is what the manager plays, and this is the players that we have. I think it would be suicide, the opposite. If we went back to a back 4 as things are, he needs to continue with what he's doing. This is my point with the players.
With players that can't play it. How many times?
We're in the league. He's done all right this season. We're up there in the league.
Yeah, but we're not.
Now we get one game against Newcastle, which our Rio went to, and you guys and Rio said we were backs against the wall. So
I'll back Yabba up on this one. Even though I want to go back to the 4-back, carry on with the 4. I'm not like. We need to be realistic here. When we played the 4-back, it wasn't like the world's greatest performance. No. We've had a lot better performances playing 3-back in that second half. I want to see the 4-back because that's just me naturally. I like 4-back formations. But you know, as Yaba says, we played one game at the 4. The players, I'm sorry, they're going to be more used to playing the 3 back if we do go back to it. You know, if it means that we have to ease it into them over time to play 4 back, you know, it might be that way because it would have been drilled through them all season. You know, it's been over 12 months they've been drilled to play 3 back,
and they still can't play it.
West Ham 3 back drew 1-1.
Go on.
We beat Wolverhampton Wanderers. Fantastic. Everybody beats them. I'm pretty sure your 2 teams could beat them, to be fair, this season. Bournemouth 3 at the back, drew 4-4. Villa 3 at the back, lost 2-1. Newcastle 4 at the back, won 1-0. It's clearly obvious we're more defensively capable with 4 at the back.
We are defensively capable, and we'll move on to this quickly. Because we've been linked with BALEBA as well, so he's a DM. But the 2 pivots, that was refreshing to see. Actual 2 defensive-minded pivots. So it was Ugarte and Casemiro, and that was fundamental. I thought that was a big point. And obviously, I think Ugarte had 18 or 20 defensive contributions. You know, Casemiro, I think he had sub or plus 10. Sorry.
You know why though?
That's a big massive difference.
They didn't have 450 yards to cover between them.
They
were able to sit in front of a 4 or a 3 when the players decided to rotate, but they didn't have to go looking for the football because they had players in front of them in positions ahead. So they had 1 player ahead of them, making it a triangle. They had 2 players beside them, making it a W. It wasn't 2 and then bare man, higgledy-piggledy, anyway they went up the pitch. There was a system and a style and an understanding as to what. Yeah, but you've been talking about system. When they go on the left, they pull in and they go to the right. Exactly. What did they do in the 3? There's nowhere to pull in. There's nowhere to cover. There's nobody that they can drag in because they're stuck in the 3 and the 2 or the 1 in some cases. And this is the point. There's no flexibility with 3 at the back.
Yeah, but
okay, I understand your point, but with 3 at the back, what it does give us is more control of the game. So where in the second half the other day, we couldn't play out, we couldn't ball and stick. We were just
because we had fucking Xerxes playing like on the pitch, bro.
Couldn't build as a team. But with the 3 at the back, you can start again, reset, play along the back 5, start again.
Well,
it felt like it was an untrained. It felt like they're not trained. Say again, Mr. B.
Reasons why. Yeah, but you're talking about it's got nothing. He stank. The man came on and did nothing. He didn't hold the ball up. He was falling on the floor. Man was running. This is Xerxes. You're talking about we couldn't get out. The reason why we couldn't get out because the person we were kicking the ball to could not hold on to the football. That's why we couldn't get out.
He's renowned for that.
But I mean, not even if we don't look at Xerxes in this second half, right? Why we lost? We brought on Fletcher, who had an awful game, who contributed nothing. So we were down a midfielder there, and we ended up with 6 at the back anyway.
Mason Mount was a big loss actually.
Mason Mount's a massive loss. I love Mount, I really do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get his name on a shirt. But we ended up with 6 at the back. How can we push forward with 6 at the back? We can't. We're 4 at the back, and then you 2 midfielders, and then everything forward. Yes, you can get out of it. But when you've got an inexperienced player who's not up to it and clearly looked out of his depth, who's not offering anything and doesn't know what to do in situations at high pressure, you're basically down to 10 men. We're going to get pegged in. Taking Casemiro off was stupid.
But talking about inexperience, though, let's not forget, we've got a manager that does not play that system. So does he need time to go away and actually come on? Because even though he's a manager and he's got belts, he's got badges and whatnot.
He's got his own style and his own ideas of how to.
But he's a 3-4-3 manager. So does he need the time now to come away and look? I'd like the 4-2-3-1,
and that's what I said he was doing. He's begging for time, and this is what I said. Who was I on the show with? And I said the man's out here begging for time. He's begging for time. He knows the system he's done is wrong. 75% of everything he did is wrong. One in every 4 decisions he made, he's saying to himself was right. I want to know what the 1 in 4 decisions
The
were.
only thing I'll say is, if there's ever a time, again, preview tomorrow, tune in. If there's ever a time for him to try this 4-back formation, the next 3 games is this time. We've got Burnley, Leeds, Wolves in the next 3.
And what do you do if he wins all of those games, Rio?
Playing the 4-back.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy,
That's
but
the question I'm asking you, Rio.
I was gonna ask you. I'll ask you. I'll
No,
ask the reverse
I asked
question.
you a question.
I'll be
What
happy.
do you do?
I want to see the 4-back. I want to see 4.
Okay. Yeah, but if we win the next 4 games, the next 3 games, including this one, 4, that's 12 points, 4 in a row. Before we play Man City, do you still want to? And also, I was thinking, do you still want us to go back to a back 3?
So we're playing teams in the relegation zone, teams below us. So playing a 4, if we did win, depends how we won them. I can't really answer that. But we're not playing weak, strong teams, are we?
The only caveat I'll say to that though is when we've been playing a 3-back, like against West Ham, who are below us, we didn't win that game. So
we didn't lose.
We should have lost.
Right? We should have lost.
Okay, Mr. B though, I throw it back to you though. If we play the 4-back and we lose, will you still be annoyed?
I blame it on Amrin. He's a waste man anyway.
See, so we can't win.
No, Amrin can't listen. Amrin can't win with me, innit? I don't know if I've gone past that stage. No, I want us to play a 4. I don't see us losing. If we play a 4, I don't see us losing. If in 3 games we've still lost, fine. I hold up my hand and say, okay, fair enough. I got it wrong. He's actually a proper shit manager who can't even fucking play 4 at the back. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest. I think I'm done with him. I actually think I'm done. But go 4. If he gives me 4 at the back for the next 3 games and we win them, then yeah, I'll be accepted to that. I don't ever want to see us playing 3 again. But I know as soon as Bruno comes back, he's going to a 3 again.
Why?
I know.
What's Bruno got to do with it? Why Bruno?
Didn't you see the interview he had? Right, Bruno's the oracle. Bruno takes all the free kicks. He tells people where to run.
You can't play Bruno. You can't play Bruno in a pivot. Sorry. You can't play Bruno in a pivot 2 in a 4-2-3-1.
He doesn't have to.
Playing in the number 10, which he won't.
Move him. Exactly. Move him. This is my point. Be brave. Be brave. Move him.
Why wouldn't we play Bruno as a 10 in a 4-2-3-1? You got Emblemo on one side, and you can choose between Cunha, Mount, Ahmad for the other side.
Not Mount.
Of course you could. Why not Mount? Mount's a 10. Why can't Mount play?
You thought in a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. Why can't Mount play as one of the 3?
10, you like it did the other day.
I'm saying, why can't Bruno play a 10? Because then you get to choose from the other 2 between Emblemo, Cunha, Mount, Ahmad. That gives you options there. And then if you want to, you can also push Cunha up to being, a rival with Šeško instead. Because Cunha can play a centre forward role, even though it might just not be a goal scorer, it might be a link up. But then we get the best out of Bruno, because as a deep lying playmaker, he's making mistakes. He's always been good as a 10. That's where he gets all of his assists from, as a 10. That's where he gets his goals from, as a 10.
Hasn't really dropped off that much though this season.
No, it hasn't, but the rest of the team has though.
Yeah,
because he's in a position that he doesn't need to be playing.
I'm just looking at, I understand what you're saying, but that's with everyone fit. The way things are at the moment, we're looking at the next 3 games, which seem like winnable games. I think playing a 4-2-3-1 would give us more scope to bring someone like Lacey in, for example. This is why I think he played the 4 at the back the other day, because the personnel's not there to be effective playing 3. So I think, for example, Lacey plays right on the right-hand side, does he? With his left foot cutting in. Right. And then you've got players like Fletcher can come into midfield. Who else? You've got the right back, Mandingo.
They ain't playing.
You know what I mean? So there's more scope for these players to come in and fit into the system. And they're playing their 4 at the back in the youth academy as well, and all the other levels of the club. So it's really interesting because we got they're bringing the guy back from, who's the midfielder?
Collier from West Brom.
Collier, yeah, he's coming back, isn't he? He's come back from loan.
He's injured.
So he's injured. He's injured, and
right.
I think we.
But they're not going to send him back.
Yeah, I think he's injured. He's got a long-term injury-ish, and I think we
Okay.
want to oversee what happens with that injury. So I think it was just a case of bringing him back now.
All
I
right,
think people are like, "Oh, we're bringing him back, so we're not going to sign." No, it's not because of that. It's no. It's just an injury that we want to oversee in our own comfort.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I'm going to say about this whole system thing and formation is, Gabba's saying there, you know, we haven't got the players currently because of our people that are out on AFCON or out on injury to play the three at the back system. When they're fit, we still don't have the players to play the three at the back system because they are specialist players and we do not have them. Go with a 4 for the rest of the year. That's, you know, if you want to go 3 at the back next year because you've brought in the players that will work in that system, by all means, go ahead. But until you have those players that can play this specific position and formation and everything like that, because many people have said there's only a small amount of players that will do this, that will play this system.
I disagree with that comment.
But it's true. How many teams do you actually see?
Position. He's quoted saying it's specialist. You need. He said it in his press conference the other day. You need specialist players to work in our system. If the club aren't backing him to get these specialist players, so you know you try to fit the round pegs in round holes or square pegs in round holes. It hasn't worked. No problem. Don't be ignorant and try and keep forcing the issue. Accept what you've been accepting, and come the summer. When we've got 2 games a week, because hopefully we would have qualified for Europe, some sort of European competition, then at least then he's got the scope to change, to know that, okay, then he can then confuse maybe opposition like he did with Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe was bamboozled for the first 25 minutes of that game, bro. Until their goalie went down acting like he broke his leg. They weren't in the game. So if that's what they're doing, where he can throw these out there where they think they're playing a 3 and they're not, and they catch them out, great. Have the option to be able to do that when the team can, you know, mold into pretend they're going to do this. And then at the moment, I don't think the players can pretend. Do you know what I mean? It's just because Eddie Howe's an idiot and he didn't realize that we were going to go 4 at the back. You know, he had players in positions that obviously weren't beneficial to him But in the second half, when he did understand that maybe we've got 4 at the back, maybe it was him that pinned us in. I think it did have a lot to do with the substitutions that were made, to be honest. But we got through the game, and I'm just hoping for the Wolves game. Not even for the Wolves game. The substitutions are right.
Yeah. Bang on. And obviously we'll have the preview on that. So chat, if you are about tomorrow, preview for the Wolves game will be tomorrow. And that's what the aftermath is all about. It's always going to be feisty. So it's been a lovely, lovely feisty chat. Obviously a lot of disagreements, but it's down to Amram to prove us wrong or prove us right in some regards. 4 back. We'll have to see. We'll talk more about that tomorrow with the preview. Quick one before we go. I'd like to just kind of give a big shout out to El Matador. Edison Cavani has announced today that he is retiring. Quick thoughts, Yaba, Cavani.
World-class striker, banged a load of goals from Napoli. That's when I think he was at his peak. Great movement off the ball, great intelligence, and we did rarely see that. I was looking around, watching the football today, and I was really disappointed with the level strikers. And I think when you look back over the years, we've had level strikers was a lot better in the past. And I think Cavani is one of the greats of this century in world football as a striker. I really respect him. Thanks for playing for Man United. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But when he shone at Man United, like the goal he scored in the Europa League Cup final for us, even though we lost, and like that game at Tottenham when we won, I think we won 3-0 with Ronaldo and him, the link-up play, everything was just on point. Great players don't need system and tactics. They just play and will make things happen. York and Cole, Cavani, Ronaldo that day, they were fantastic. Respect to you, Cavani. You are one of the greats.
Colin?
Yeah, obviously every player's time comes eventually, and he was one of the best strikers I can remember watching through my life growing up. Definitely wish there was more Cavani's in the world, because it seems like there's, is the last of a dying breed, unfortunately. So, yeah, all the best in whatever he decides to do next.
Mr. B, Cavani, El Matador.
No, he did. He scored a couple of good goals for us, to be fair. As I said, his movement was elite. Even when he came to us, the movement didn't drop off. What killed it for us is only signing Ronaldo. Because he thought he was going to be first choice. Ronaldo came in and he just didn't give a shit after that. Always injured, always on and played for. It is what it is. Some moves benefit, some moves don't. But yeah, I enjoyed him being at our club. I don't have a problem with him being at our club. I thought he did okay. I thought he did fine. It's just didn't get enough games.
Yeah, bang on. One of a dying breed. The amount of probably experience is given to youth growing up. I reckon him being in the dressing room right now would be a godsend for our strikers over the last couple of years. That's for certain. I would say Højlund, but Højlund's absolutely an incredible striker, absolutely smashing it in the Serie A.
Who?
Oh yeah.
-9.
Come on, Rio, give us a Cavani celebration. Oh. Yeah, man, Cavani. What a player. Yeah. I love him.
Can I just say one last thing before you wrap this up?
Of course.
Here we are. We are 4 subscribers away from this being triggered. It does say first game of season. Ignore that. 4K is our target.
You meant the first day of the new year. That's what you meant.
Yeah. We are 4 away from hitting this 4K mark. So if you want to be in a chance to win this year's United shirt, home, away, third, or goalkeeper, we'll leave that down to you. We'll get you a name and a number on the back of it as well. Please help us reach 4K, and we can go into 2026 with an even bigger smile than what we already have.
Lovely. Thank you, Colin. Yep. People chat. The preview will be tomorrow. Manchester United versus Wolves. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on that when that gets put out. But yes, gents, it's been a pleasure. The aftermath, the show after the show. Any last words before we go, or we all kind of caputed out? It felt like the Coliseum today, but yeah. Yeah,
I have nothing to say. No comment.
Fair enough. Colin?
I can't wait to continue playing 4 at the back and United to keep winning, so I can put Yabativity in his place.
Yabativity.
Yes. I'm 100% with Cole. Yeah. The Yabativity is it will be sooner or later. Don't worry.
Perfect. Chat. It's been a pleasure as always. 4K. It's on the horizon. We've been the Man United Agenda, and enjoy your evenings, whatever you get up to. Take it easy, people. Good night.